Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's had a wonderful day. Hope everybody's day was smooth as mine. But anyway, let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steven. I'm a online business coach. I'm also a former 9 to 5 retail worker, and I got fired from my job after 12 years of working there, over 10 years. I used to work for Walmart, and I did gig work for 4 months, and then after that, I discovered an online business where I work 2 hours a day from my phone, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. But, however, let's see. Now, the subject of this live stream is, you know, um, the subject here is the truth about job security. The truth about job security. And guess what? Job security, it doesn't exist anymore. You know, a long time ago, when jobs start, when a 9 to 5 started, employers actually cared about their employees. But these days, they don't care about you. Your 9 to 5 does not give a darn about you. And guess what? If something were to happen to you, they will replace you just like that. I know this because that's exactly what happened to me when they decided to let me go in 2022. You know, um, a week later, they had somebody else in my place. So you're replaceable. And guess what? These employers, these giant corporations, they'll forget about you even faster. Even faster. I mean, I also know a story of this guy. He was a school janitor. I think he was an elementary school janitor. But yeah, he worked there for 30 years. He worked at that same school for 30 years. Think about it. 3 decades of his life. And the sad thing is, it was the next to last day before his retirement. He was supposed to retire the next following day. And it's real sad because he went in that morning. He was doing his duties as usual, cleaning the school and stuff. And he let the office staff know he was going to take a break on his walkie. He was going to go sit down in his janitor room because he had like a desk in his janitor closet. But he was going to go sit there and take a break for a minute. And I think he was taking like a 10 or 15 minute break. But anyway, after 15 minutes, they were calling him on the radio and he didn't answer. He did not answer. So after trying to reach him, they finally went to the janitor's closet and they looked in there. He had his head down on his desk. And guess what, you guys? He passed away. Passed away right there in his janitor room. It was fixing to retire. He was going to retire the following day. Never had a chance to retire. He gave his blood, sweat, and tears to that employer. 30 years of his life to that employer. And guess what? His body was still warm. And, you know, as they were removing him, guess what? Even though his body was still warm, guess what happened? They already had his replacement lined up. They actually had his replacement lined up. Think about that. And that's what I'm telling you guys. There is no such thing as job security. It's just as sure as something happens to you. This guy, his body didn't even have a chance to get cold yet, and they've already found his replacement. You are replaceable at that job. You really are. And like I said, I did retail for 12 years, and I was replaced just like that. It's like I was never there. So, and I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but I'm saying that have a backup plan, you guys. Have a plan B. If you are a 9 to 5 worker, if you are a gig worker, you're still in the same spot. Because even though you're using the app to work, guess what? They can decide the people who own those apps, they can decide at any time at their discretion to deactivate your account, basically firing you. And then guess what? You have no income. That's why it's so important to have more than one stream of income. More than one stream of income, because 90% of the world's population, they only have one stream of income, and that is dangerous. When somebody can control your income, that is a dangerous spot to be in. So that's what I'm saying. Have a backup plan. Have a backup plan. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. That's what I'm here to talk about. So let me say this just real quick. So again, let me know where you guys are watching from. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steven. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, USA. I know I was born and raised here, and again, I did retail. And about a year and a half ago, I discovered an online business where I work 2 hours a day from my phone, and now I show and teach others how they can do the same thing. That they don't have to keep working a job that they don't like for someone else. And that's what I'm here for. Let's see who's all here. Hi, Lumo Creator. Hello. Samantha. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Hi, how are you doing today? Scott Lennox. How are you doing today, sir? UO Creator. Okay, okay. What's your question? What's your question? You said you have a question. What is your question? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer your questions. I mean, I may not have all the answers. I'm human just like you guys are. But however, I will try to answer the best I can. So feel free to, if you have a question, feel free to ask. Now type it in the comments. Oh, okay, okay. 1 plus 1. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh no, this is not that kind of live stream. I don't play music here. I'm just here to talk. You're in the wrong live stream if you want to hear music. I'm here to educate people and talk to people about how they, if you're a struggling 9 to 5 worker, if you're a gig worker, people who can relate to me. I'm talking to my people. This live stream is not for entertainment. This is not for scrolling just to kill time. I'm here to give people value and educate people and give people an opportunity. That's what I'm here for. So if you're looking for entertainment and music and all that stuff, then you're in the wrong place. Feel free to scroll up or scroll down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize, but this is not that kind of space. There's plenty of other YouTube live streams here where you can go and listen to music and all that stuff where they're acting silly and everything. And I'm here to educate people and give people value. That's what I'm here for. Because let's see, you took that. Okay, all right, that's fine. I'm sorry about that. And I understand where you're coming from, but this is not this live stream for that. So again, I'm not here for entertainment. I'm not here to make you laugh or help you kill time while you scroll. My goal here is to serve people and give people value. I'm here to help others build a future for themselves. I'm here to help build future CEOs and future business owners like myself. Because I was once just like most of you. I was a 9 to 5 worker. Again, I did it for a long time. And then I lost my job after so many years. And I don't want to see that happen to any of you guys. So, if anyone resonates with me, then you're in the right place. If not, then you can scroll on. And that's okay. If I'm talking to myself, that's fine too. Because that lets me know that you guys were here for the wrong reason. So, the people who resonates with me, you're in the right place. And I'm here for people who are serious about changing their life. The ones that are tired of clocking in every single day, trading time for dollars, and ready to learn the skills to build something real for themselves and for their family. And eventually, you'll be able to leave your 9 to 5 job for good. That is my goal for you. That is my goal for you. How was your? Yes, my day was pretty good. How about yours? I hope you had a wonderful day, Kel. Hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you for the likes, you guys. I appreciate that. Whoever liked the live, I appreciate that. Thank you. 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 Thank you Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for your kind comments. I'm sorry about what I said, but I'm not here for entertainment. I'm just here to educate people here and give people purpose. That's my goal. You know. But yeah. So you know, I'm also here talking to the ones who are tired of having strangers in their cars. You know, the driving people up and down highways. People who do Uber, people who do Lyft. Those kind of people. People that do DoorDash or Instacart. Running up and down stairs with groceries and food and restaurant deliveries. If you're tired of that, there's a way out of it. You don't have to keep doing that. And you deserve much better with your life. You deserve better. You deserve freedom. You really do. Now, listen, if anybody here is on this live and you're just here to be a troll and you're here just to be disruptive and disrespecting others, that will not be tolerated here and you will be hidden from this channel. All right? I just want to be very clear on that. I want real people here, people who are ready to work smarter for themselves and not so hard for somebody else. Okay? So if that's you, engage, comment, and stay locked in. Everybody else, you can just scroll on. We are here to build legacies here. So let's be real. Every single month, we work hard, we get that paycheck, right? And before the weekend's even over with, it's all gone. At the beginning of the month, you pay your rent, you pay your mortgage. You grab that Starbucks sometimes, right? And Starbucks in the morning on your way to work, or even Dunkin' Donuts. Sometimes you order something off Amazon, right? Or even binge watch Netflix after work or whatever. And you tell yourself, hey man, I deserve this. And guess what? You absolutely do. You absolutely do. You know? But here's what most people don't realize. All those things, that money, is gone. And it never comes back. You are basically working your butt off to fund somebody else's business, to fund somebody else's billion-dollar corporation businesses like Netflix, Starbucks, Temu, Amazon, Walmart, Target, all those places. Guess what? Those are billion-dollar companies, and you're making them rich every single week while you're just barely surviving and getting by. Right? Drop a fire emoji in the chat if this is making sense of what I'm talking about. Let's see. How do I stop bullying? How do you stop bullying? Well, if you're a creator like I am, if you're a content creator or owner of a channel, if you can't really stop people from bullying. Only thing you can really do is block them. That's all. That's all I have. That's what I do. I don't put up with that. I'll just block you. But that's what I would recommend. So anyway, back to the subject here. So yeah. So I hope I'm making sense to you. If someone's bullying you, if they're bullying somebody else, just remove them, or you can either block them or report them. You know. But of course, like I said, none of that will be tolerated here. I'm here for people who are who cries themselves to sleep at night because they're living from paycheck to paycheck. Somebody who lost their job recently, or someone who's tired of doing side gigs like Uber and DoorDash and Grubhub and that kind of stuff. People who are sick and tired of that and they're ready for a change. Those are my people, and those are the people that I'm ready to help. But and that's who I'm here for. But anyway, again, like I said, you do all that stuff and you deserve it. You really do. But here's what most people don't realize. All those things, that money is gone forever and it never comes back. So now imagine this for a second. What if you took that same $100 or $200 you spend every single month on things that disappear, right? And you put it towards something that could build your future. Something that could actually give you the time freedom, not just on the weekends, but time freedom in general. No time with your family, time with your significant other, hey, even time with yourself. A lot of people don't make time for themselves. And that's the truth, because you're putting in so much time working for somebody else, like I did. A lot of times, I work. Sometimes I would, be working so hard. I'll work 40+ hours. I'll be clocking in and clocking out. I'll be tired, exhausted. And a lot of times, there'd be some years I would skip vacation times, and boy, do I regret that now, because guess what? The moment I lost that job, all that meant all that meant absolutely nothing to the employer that I worked for. So I'm here to tell you. So, and if you're a person who is still working at a 9 to 5 job and you're trying to build some kind of business, take your lunch breaks, take all your lunch breaks, take your vacations, do all that. Take as much time, use all your PTO that you can use. Because when I was working in retail recently, and previously in previous years, I didn't do enough of that. I didn't take enough time off. I was such a so-called dedicated employee. And guess what? None of that means anything now, because they let me go. So, and these companies don't care anything about you. So do yourself a favor. Take those lunch breaks, take those bathroom breaks, use all your PTO that you can use, that they allow. Because one thing is for sure, the day you leave that job, the day they let you go, or the day you pass away, you will be replaced. And that's just the truth. And it doesn't matter how long you've been there. That uniform you're wearing, that badge you're wearing, that's not yours. That is the company's property that you're working for. That's their property. And the day that they decide to let you go, when they decide to, guess what? Guess what? They can ask for that stuff back upon request. So that's why it's important. I'm not here to shame anybody, but I'm here to educate you. I'm here to make you reflect. And I'm here to show you that there is a way out of it. And it's important and I'm also here to show you that it's important to have a backup plan, or plan B. You know, when I was working retail, I didn't have a plan B, and I really didn't. And and once I got fired that day in May of 2022, that was a rude wake up. That was a true wake up call for me. And even after that, that's when I started doing gig work for 4.5 months, because I was still trying to find my way. That was right before I discovered the business that I have now. But I did gig work for 4 months, and then I stopped, because you're still working for an employer. Because if you're not out there doing deliveries, if you're not out there giving people rides, you're not making no money. It's a constant rat race. Both that and the 9 to 5 job, they're both big rat races. Because if you're not out there working, you're not out there making money. But there's a better way, you guys. There's a better way. So I did my online research for the next year and a half. And then in March of 2024, I was scrolling on TikTok. I was scrolling on TikTok like billions of other people do. And I was trying to find a solution. And I came across this older country gentleman. And he says, if you just lost your job recently, if your job is not paying you enough, if that job is working you silly, guess what? You can be just like me. You can work 2 hours a day from your phone. I'm like, what? I'm like, are you serious? So I stopped. I stopped immediately, and I listened. I'm like, okay. I stopped dead in my tracks. So I leaned in and I listened. And for like the next 5 days, I listened to him. And I listened. So, and on the 5th day, I made the ultimate decision. Guess what? I'm like, you know what? I'm scared to do this, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and invest in myself. I'm going to go ahead and lock in. So in March 17th of 2024, it was around 11 p.m. in the evening on a Friday evening, I invested in myself. I was scared to do it, but I did it. And you guys, if I didn't invest in myself, I would not be sitting here talking to you right now. This channel wouldn't even exist if I didn't invest in myself. So, I invested in myself, and I started to learn the skills. I started learning the skills, because you're taught the skills with your business. step by step. This is a beginner-friendly business that I'm a part of. If you don't know what business I'm I'm part of the Legacy Builders program, where I have master resale rights in MRR, where they're teaching me the skills on how to be my own boss. And guess what? You do not have to be tech savvy. You don't have to have any tech skills. I'm definitely not tech savvy. I'm I'm I just barely know how to use my cell phone. I just barely know how to use my cell phone. But guess what? You don't have to be tech savvy. And again, you are taught the skills step by step on how to be your own boss. And guess what? You can earn as you learn. You can earn as you learn. So once I started learning and building the skill, learning the skills, everything changed for me. And that's why I'm here tonight, to wake up that part of you that knows that there is more to life than just that next paycheck. And you know what's crazy? Most people spend more money in one weekend than it would take to start their own online business or invest in a done for you business. These days you can invest in a done for you business on digital products that you don't even have to create. And this 90% done for you. All you do is just do the 10%. You just connect the all the dots and all that stuff, but it's beginner friendly. It's beginner friendly. So, but people don't think twice about Starbucks, right? Netflix, Amazon, or even eating out. A $5 coffee here, a $12 to $15 lunch there, $50 to $200 to eat out at the Cheesecake Factory, right? Right? Um, Even eating out at the Olive Garden. Guess what? All that stuff adds up. And people wouldn't think twice about, spending $100 to $300 on concert tickets, or even putting that concert ticket on payment plans, right? To go see Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, you know, um, Lil Wayne, if people still go see him, I don't know, you know, or even Rihanna. Yeah, people go pay $100 to $300, even $500 to go see those people in concert, and they'll go in there and scream at the top of their lungs for somebody that they'll never even meet in person. Now, I'm not saying all of you will never meet them in person, but majority of you won't, and it's just the truth. And the thing is, for most people, you're not broke. You're just funding somebody else's dreams. And you've got to ask yourself this question: what would happen if I invested that same money that I spend every week on me, that could build something real? Because let's be real, Netflix isn't going to make you passive income. Starbucks isn't going to pay your rent, right? You know, Amazon is not going to retire you. But the skills that you build for yourself, those will feed you for life. Now, let me ask you guys this question, for anybody that's watching. And again, I'm not here to talk to everybody. This live stream is not for everybody. This is not for entertainment or anything like that. I'm here to educate people and give people value, and let people know that there's a better way of making a living instead of trading time for money every 5 to 6 days a week working for somebody else, making somebody else rich, building somebody else's empire while you're just barely surviving. You helping your boss to build their dreams. You helping their families to go on nice long vacations while you and your family are struggling, while you're just barely putting food on the table, while you're barely able to pay your car note, right? Come on now, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now, let me ask you this. If you were to lose your cell phone right now, or somehow, God forbid, it got damaged or broken, you would go into panic mode, right? You would be racing down to that store, right? Wherever kind of store you go to, you'll be pulling out your card and grabbing a brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max, right? without even thinking twice about it. Now, I'm just using that as an example. Not everybody likes iPhone 17 Pro Maxes. But guess what? You would even put that on a payment plan without any hesitation, right? Because guess what? You need that phone that you're holding in your hand. You rely on your cell phone every single day. But here's the part that blows my mind. The business that I'm talking about right now, the same one that changed my life, it costs less than the cell phone you'd gladly go and finance. Oh, excuse me. First time I ever sneezed on a live stream. Excuse me, you guys. Excuse me. It just shows I'm just as human as you guys are. I'm no different than you are. I'm no better than you are. But I'm just someone who after giving his all for working retail for somebody else for 12 years of his life, over 10 years of his life. And then, doing these gig apps for 4 months and still being, broke, busted, and disgusted, I decided to do something about it because I realized nobody was coming to rescue me. Nobody was coming to save me. So guess what? I got over my fear of having a business, or I got over that fear, and I took that leap of faith, and I invested in myself. So, but the difference is, you guys, that new iPhone 17 Pro Max will cost you money every single month. But this business that I have, you can make money the same phone that you're already using. Now, let me make something very clear here. And going into this business, you got to have a mindset of a business owner. But most people have a consumer mindset, an employee mindset. And I'm not saying this to shame anybody, but because I was that same person. I was just like you. Just 3 years ago, I was just like you. I was the same person. But I'm not trying to sell you anything or beg anyone for anyone. I'm just presenting you an opportunity here, you know, and then you can decide for yourself if this is something that you want to do or not. There's no pressure here. But I'm just showing you that there is a way out of your situation if you're sick and tired of doing what you're doing and it's not getting you anywhere in your life. And you know what, you guys? I get it. People scroll away the moment I say the word investment because for years I was taught the same way. I was the same way. I was taught to be a consumer, not an investor. Most 9 to 5 workers, we are trained to spend money, not multiply it. We're taught how to make just enough money to pay bills, pay taxes, buy gas, and to do it all over again the next week. But no one ever teaches us how to make money, to make our money work for us. Only thing society in public schools and even private schools, they have taught us that, the safest thing to do is to get a job, stay loyal, go to college, get a degree, get into student loan debt, you know, stay loyal, stay dependent upon a paycheck. But guess what? We've all been watching the news recently, right? We've seen what's been happening. We've been hearing about layoffs everywhere. Amazon, UPS, even government workers. All these people have been being laid off. You've even had TSA agents to apply for food assistance and for housing assistance. Isn't that sad? Because the prices of everything is going up, and then people are being laid off from their jobs. And even with your job, but with prices and everything going up, guess what? Your paycheck is staying the same. Come on now, make it make sense. Make it make sense. So the real danger isn't in investing. The real danger is staying a consumer for the rest of your life and watching everybody else take that risk while you trading your freedom for a false sense of security. And again, this subject that I talk about, there is no job security anymore. Job security doesn't exist. You're working for somebody else. You're like a sitting duck. You are a sitting duck. You know, and they can get rid of you at any time. When somebody else controls your time and your paycheck, they're literally controlling your life, and that is dangerous. When somebody can cut off your paycheck and cut your employment at any time at their discretion when they feel like it, that is dangerous. That's why it's so important to have a backup plan or a plan B for yourself. And the sad thing is, and the sad thing is, majority of people out here in society will never invest in themselves because they think that this or any type of business out there is a scam, because that's what they've been taught from the time that most of us, we've been taught that from the time that we were kids, that businesses and online businesses are scams, you know? But the real scam is working at that job you're working at. Now, look, I'm not shouting down 9 to 5 jobs. I'm not shouting. If you like what you're doing, you like working for somebody else, you like trading your time for money, you like somebody else controlling your income, you like doing that Uber and DoorDash and Lyft, putting strangers into your car, driving them up and down these highways and streets. Hello? Hello? You know, um, doing getting restaurant deliveries, some people's lunches and dinners, right? Taking them food deliveries and carrying them up 3 and 4 flights of stairs, right? Come on now, make it make sense. Look, if you like doing that, you enjoy doing that. Hey, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. This is not the live stream for you. So you can just scroll on. This isn't a live stream for you, but I'm talking to those, you know, who are sick and tired and being sick and tired. Excuse me. So that's why I share what I share, you guys, not to sell you something, but to help you wake up that fact that you have the power to shift from being a consumer to becoming a business owner, or something that where you can build your own income for yourself. And that's what I'm here to tell you. And that's why you see this is why you see only a handful of people out here who are successful with businesses. Rather, it's a brick and mortar business where they have a physical business where people actually walk in there, or an online business. Because you know why? Because they got out of their comfort zone. And that includes the employer where you work at. A long time ago, somebody started that business, and guess what? They had to get out of their comfort zone, because there is no success in the comfort zone. There just simply isn't. If you want to be successful at anything in life, you have to be willing to get a little uncomfortable. And that's just the truth. But you know what? A lot of people are not on this live are not ready to hear that. And that's okay. Because that's all right. If I'm only speaking to one person, then I did my job. But everybody else, you can just scroll on. You keep doing what you do. If you makes you happy, if you love what you're doing, if you like it, I love it. Literally, if you like it, I love it. So, and again, this live stream is not for you. In this live stream, we're here to build business owners and legacy builders. Because guess what? You can leave, you can leave a legacy. You can leave a business to your kids and your grandkids, or whoever you want to leave it to after you pass away. Because one day we're all going to pass away. We're all going to pass away. And that includes me. But see, you could leave a business, you could leave a legacy with a business. You cannot, and I'm going to repeat this, you cannot leave a legacy working a job. Because the day you leave that job, the income is gone right along with it. When people work jobs until the day they pass away, only thing they leave for their family is memories. of all the hours that they worked at that job. And that's the memories that you're going to leave behind for your surviving loved ones. All the hours that you worked, that's what they're going to remember you by. Oh, he was such a nice guy. She was such a nice lady, but they always worked so many hours at that job. And guess what? The day that you're gone, that job is going to forget all about you. Because guess what? They're moving on. You're going to be replaced with someone else. So that's what I'm saying. Have a business, you guys. You can leave a legacy with a business. You cannot leave a legacy working a job. And the point I'm trying to make here is a 9 to 5 will never make you rich, ever. A 9 to 5 job is just designed to pay you enough just so you have to come back and slave away and trade time for another 2 weeks before getting paid again. But the opportunity I'm talking about, you can invest one time. You don't even have to put anything down today. Now, yeah, but I'm going to get into that. So you don't, as far as for your business program, you don't have to put in, because this is an interactive program. It's not a course. It's an interactive program where you get daily and weekly mentorship. And you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about this. So I'm going to definitely get ready to show you what we have to offer in our business. So let me turn you around here. Excuse me. Second. There we go. Whoop. All right, so let me turn you guys around here. Let me turn you around here. I want to show you a couple of things. So this is my website right here. This is one of the things you're gonna get if you decide to invest in yourself in a digital products. Now, I'm a part of the Legacy Builders program, and I've been a part of digital growth community since March of 2024, so almost a year and a half. So, and this is what I promote right here. These are e-learning digital products. They are in the e-learning industry. You know, the e-learning industry is set to be at, by 2030, $1.5 trillion. It's already in the billions, but it's going to be at 1.5 trillion by then. No, that's about 4.5 years from now. So, you know, but this is what I promote right here. So right here, this will be the $100 launch pad, right? $100 launch pad. You would have the master resale rights. Does anybody know what master resale rights are? Master resale rights is when you get to resell a digital product over and over and over again. Now, what I sell here is education, not just a course, but this is an interactive program, and it's education. So right here, you can make $100 a day with this right here. And again, this is a $100 launch pad. You can make $100 a day. That's $36,000 a year. You know, $36,000 is pretty good. It's not life-changing, but it's pretty good. But you'll only have the master resale rights, or MRR, to this product. So if you get a customer, you can only resell the $100. Now this one right here is a $300 passive daily pay blueprint. You can resell this in the $100 launch pad, right? You'll have master resale rights to 2 digital products. So you can resell this one and this one. And then again, this is an interactive program, e-learning digital training products. These are education products. And education products are in high demand, you guys. They are in high demand now. You know, education products really started to take off during the pandemic in 2020, when everybody was forced to stay home from their jobs because people need to find something to do. And, you know, after the pandemic happened, a lot of people didn't want to go back to work. They really didn't. They didn't want to go back to work. So, you know. So a lot of people started staying home and creating their own digital products. And people have become millionaires and multi-millionaires off of these products right here. You know, But so yeah. Now this one right here, this is $300 a day. You can learn the skills. You can learn the skills to make up to $300 a day. That's $109,000 a year. How would that change your life? 109 grand a year. So again, you can resell this one and the Launchpad. Now, if you decide to get this one, this is a $600 digital mastery. So you would have the master resale rights to 3 digital products. You can resell this one, and this one, but you cannot resell this one. Because if you want to resell this one, you'd have to upgrade to this one. Because this is, if you decide to invest in this one, this is all that will be on your website. So this will give you 3 streams of income. If you invest in that one, they'll give you 1 stream of income. This will give you 2 streams of income. This will give you 3 streams of income. Put a fire emoji in the comments if I'm making sense to you. If you're watching this on a replay, put a fire emoji in the comments. Okay, so this one right here is the $900 Legacy Builders Program. This is the elite package. This teaches you all the training and it gives you all the mentorship and everything. And you'll have 4 streams of income. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, this will give you 4 streams of income. 4 streams of income. So you have the master resale rights to all 4 digital products. So, but this one you can learn the skills. You can be taught the skills to make up to $900 per day. That's $6,300 a week. That is $328,000 a year with this one right here. So how would that change your life? People have bought houses. People have bought cars, with this right here. Anybody can do this. And we're just ordinary, everyday people. I'm a part of a community of 57,000 people now. We used to be a part of. When I first joined this a year and a half ago, it was only 11,000 people in the community, and it's called the Digital Growth Community. It's in school.com. I'm actually going to show you that in just a minute before we leave here. But I want to show you a couple more things first. So you have the master resale rights to these right here. So this is my website, and this is exactly what you will get if you decided to invest. Okay. This is now depending on which one you invest in. You would have the master resale rights. You'll either have all these on your website, or you'll have less of these on your website. It really depends upon you. Okay. And this is our mentor right here. Her name is Miss Michelle O'Neill. She's actually a mom of 6 kids and a grandmother to 5 grandchildren, and she did network marketing for a long time. And in 2022, she really got burned out from that, and she's like, you know what? There's a better way, and that's when in 2022 is when she came into the online space. And now she has made over $10 million creating a digital products like this. So she is the founder of the program. So yeah, if you will be a franchise business owner with this program, you have the master resale rights. And you can also become a certified licensed master reseller with this program. And there's a test that you can take, but you would have to get the $900 package level in order to become a certified reseller. Okay. And again, you guys, this is a beginner-friendly business, and you'll be taught the skills step by step. All right. And we also offer payment plans, or PAY plans. So if you choose the $900 level, you can start with 0 down today with this right here, using Klarna. I personally use Klarna to purchase my program, my business. And as soon as you get your first customer, you can pay off your business. I did it. You know, when I invested, it took me about a month and a half, and a month and a half later, I made my very first sale. Made my very first sale. But if you want to learn more about this business opportunity that I'm talking about, be sure to click on the link right here in my pinned comments, legacywithsteven.com. You could put in your first name and your email address, and you'll be connected with me. You'll also get a free copy of the Freedom Blueprint in your first email from me, and you'll also get my phone number. You will also get my phone number, so you can call or text me, or you can email me. Now I respond to text messages and emails faster than I do phone calls. So definitely reach out to me with any questions and let's connect. I would love to get to know you. You can get to know me. So, and I would love to help you to become successful. Okay. But yeah, you guys, you can start. You can get this right here for literally, under $56 a month. Okay, with zero down. Now, the only thing you would have to pay today is get your website domain and your professional email domain. You got to have those two and you'll get those from GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com. So, and I paid like what, $11.12 for my website domain, which is legacywithsteven.com. And for your professional, you need a professional email because you don't want to use Gmail or Yahoo, because when you try to send emails out to your leads, your leads, those will be the people in your automated system, and they'll become your leads until they either buy from you or they don't. But you don't want to use a Gmail or Yahoo email for that, because Yahoo and Gmail, they usually end up in spam folders, and people never read spam emails. So, you don't want to do that. So you definitely want to get a professional email domain. Now, my professional email domain is earn@legacywithsteven.com, and that's mine. But yours is going to be, you'll be able to customize your professional email and your website domain to fit your personal brand and your personality that fits you. Okay. So, like, mine costs $11.12 for my website, and then my professional email is like $23.99, and they're like annual expenses. So it's no monthly expenses, you guys. It's very little overhead, and what you're going to be using to promote your business is social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Promoting on social media is the main value core of our business in digital marketing. So you have to be willing to promote on social media. Now, you never have to show your face on social media. You never have to show your face if you don't want to. In all honesty, I'm doing a live stream right now and I'm not even showing my face. But you're hearing my voice, but you're not seeing my face. Now, you do see my face picture, in this live and then on my YouTube channel. But guess what? You can do this. We have a faceless brand that we can teach you how to build. Eventually, if you wanted to, you can venture out and you can sell your own you can create your own digital products. You can create your own cookbooks, your own, automotive books, your digital books. And people you'll be taught the skills to be able to get customers on your own terms. There's so much value in this business. People have ventured out and created their own digital products, but that's entirely up to you. Again, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to educate you and give you value. That is my goal here. If I could reach out to this one person, I did my job for today. So, but yeah, you can start with zero down for your main program today. What you do is pay the $39 website fee. Let me show you that. This is a $39 website fee that you'll have to do. Now, this is mandatory because this is what's going to give you with a $39 website fee, you'll get access to our community, our digital growth community. You'll get access to your back office, which is the automated system, right? You will get access to your e-learning training platforms, right? And you'll also get access to, trying to think of the other thing. But yeah, you get access to like, yeah, you'll get access to your e-learning training platform. So you get access to like 3, 4 different things. Oh yeah, you'll get access to your emails too. So, you know, you get access to at least 3 or 4 things with this. So you get immediate access with that $39 website fee. So, and you'll also get access to mentorship too. So, you know, mentorship that comes with your business. So you're getting a lot of value here. You're getting a whole lot of value here, you know? So I hope I'm giving someone value. If you're watching this in the replay later, I hope I'm giving someone value. So, but yeah, so one time $39 website fee. Now, with with this $39 website fee and the professional email domain and the website domain, it's probably about, for me, it was about $74. Yours could be a little bit more or a little bit less. It really depends on what names that you choose for your website and your professional email. But if you can't afford $74, I don't know what to tell you. You know, when you want something, when you know, I invested in myself, I wanted this bad enough, and guess what? I found a way to do it. When you really want something bad enough, I don't care what it is, I don't care who the person is, you're gonna find a way to do it. If this is a man that you want to be with real badly, if you want him bad enough, you're gonna find a way to get to him, right? If there's something that you want off of Amazon bad enough, if you want it bad enough, you're gonna find a way to get it. You're going to make time for it. Because people make time for the people and the things that they want, right? Come on, somebody, make it make sense. Make it make sense. And I want to show you another thing. So this is our $900 program, Legacy Builders program. We also have one for $100. You can have a business for $100. You know, $17 under $18 a month, and I'm gonna show that to you. For under $18 a month, you can have your own online business. You can start with $0 today. Now, the only thing you pay is your website domain and your professional email and the $39 website fee. But again, you know, you can easily get that up. And if you're with that significant other of yours, hey, you can say, hey, baby, you know, hey, there's this business that I want to start. Can you help me out here? You know what? If you're with somebody and they're not willing to help invest in you, then maybe you should consider your relationship, because that person is a distraction. They're not an asset. They're a distraction to you. So if they're not willing to help you invest in a business and all they're doing is just laying up with you, look, I'm not judging nobody, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, if you really want something bad enough, you will find a way to do it. You know, a lot of people don't start an online business because they have the money. They start an online business because they don't have the money, because they want to find a better way to live a better life and to be able to spend time with their families and be able to travel and do the things that they love. That's why people start an online business. So when you really want something bad enough, you will find a way to get it. Now, again, if you want to be connected with me, you want to look over this website and stuff very carefully, go to the link right here in the pinned comments, legacywithsteven.com. Legacywithsteven.com. So when you go to legacywithsteven.com, this is what you're gonna come across. Of course, now on your mobile device, it's gonna be laid out slightly differently. But what you're gonna do is put in your first name and your email, and you'll click that button, and that's it. It doesn't mean that you're buying anything. You're not buying anything right away. What you're going to do is you're going to get a free copy of the blueprint from me in your first email from me, because you will get a free copy of this in your first email. You'll see 2 videos, and then after the second video, you'll actually be on my main website, which is right here. And this is the second video that you're going to see. So you'll automatically, after this video, you'll be right here on my website. You know, look over this website very carefully. This is all you're going to see on here. You'll see a picture of me, My 9 to 5 life, this is my Walmart days. Picture my family, it's a little bio about me and how I got started. And see, when you start this, you better customize all this, and you will be taught step by step on how to set everything up. But yeah, look over this very carefully, and you can decide for yourself if this is something that you want to do or not. There's no pressure here, but you at least owe it to yourself. And guess what? This website is completely free to scroll over and check out. And you can decide for yourself if this is something that you want to do. You know? But I'm going to tell you guys, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And guess what? Nobody's coming to rescue you. Nobody's coming to save you. You have to be the savior in your own rescue. Okay? But yeah, just look over very carefully. And these are all the programs that we have to offer. It's what we have to offer. You know? But again, I did this because I wanted it bad enough. If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. And that's with anything in life. People make time for the things that they want, and that includes scrolling on wasting timeless hours on social media, just scrolling away. And let me tell you guys something, that scrolling is going to get you nowhere in the long run. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's funny thing is, we spend so much money on our phones just to spend wasted hours scrolling away on social media. But you could take the same cell phone that you're looking at this live stream with and you're scrolling with, and you can learn the skills to run a bag from your phone. Come on now, make it make sense. Make it make sense. So, again, just look over this stuff very carefully. Look over it carefully. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and you can follow right along with me. You can follow along with me and get to know me. And I would love to get to know you. And when you're ready, you can always come back here and you can make your decision. You can decide for yourself. And if you decided, hey, this is not for me, I don't like this, and I'm tired of receiving emails from this guy, guess what? All you have to do is unsubscribe. Just simply unsubscribe. You will not receive any more emails from me. And that's all you got to do. So, if you're tired of what you're doing, there's a way out of it. There's a way out. But if you're okay with doing food deliveries, you're okay with doing, putting strangers into your car, you're okay with putting strangers into your car, if you're okay with working a 9 to 5 job, then this is not for you. If you like what you're doing, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. But I'm looking for action takers, because guess what? Action takers are the money makers. You don't have to be perfect to get started with a business. You just need to start. And then guess what? I wasn't perfect. But guess what? I started anyway. But like I said, you don't have to wait for everything to fall into place to get started. Go ahead and start, even when you don't feel ready. And then guess what? You can work on being perfect later. But just start. A lot of people never start a business because of fear and skepticism. And they allow their fear to get in their way. And they allow their comfort zone to get in their way. But that comfort zone is a cage that's surrounding you that keeps you stuck. There is no success in the comfort zone. Every person that's ever been successful in this world, they got out of their comfort zone. So I'm going to get ready to end this live stream. But, however, I want to leave you with this. I want to leave you with this. Before you clock in today, before you get into that car, before you clock in tomorrow or do that gig work like Uber or DoorDash or Instacart or that 9 to 5 job, every time you put a stranger into your car, every time you pick up groceries or somebody's lunch or dinner and go up and down flights of stairs of delivering groceries and dropping it off at strangers' apartments and houses, when a customer talks down to you or be rude to you, or curses you out because you were late with their order, or their order was messed up, or when you get a teed off customer to get in your car because you were late picking them up, or something happened that was beyond your control, or when you're out there tired, frustrated, and waiting for that next ping on your phone for another ride or restaurant order or grocery order, when your boss yells at you at your regular 9 to 5 job, I want you guys to ask yourself this question. Is this really what I want to be doing a year from now, and another year from now, in 5 or 6 years from now, and another 10 years from now? Because here's the truth. You cannot build freedom if you're spending it every day helping somebody else to build theirs. The hours you spend driving around or clocking in could be the same hours learning a skill that pays you in your sleep. And Warren Buffett said it like this. If you don't make money, if you don't learn the skills to make money in your sleep, you will work until the day you die. And that's just how it is. You're either going to make money in your sleep, or you will work for the rest of your life until the day you draw your last breath on this earth. Come on now, make it make sense. Every time you say, well, I don't have time for a business, I'm not tech savvy, I don't like showing my face, what you're really saying is, I'm okay with being stuck where I'm at. And I know deep down in your heart, deep down in your soul, that you're not okay with being stuck. What you're also saying is that you haven't made your time or your future, your life important enough yet. You have not made yourself important enough yet. That's why you're here on this live tonight. And when something is truly important to you, and I said this earlier, when something is truly important to you, no matter what it is, you will make time for it. We will make time for it no matter what. And that includes myself. I wanted this bad enough, and that's why I took that leap of faith and I invested in myself. Because no one's coming to rescue you. No one's coming to save you. But you. No matter the situation. You want more. You just don't know how to get it yet. And that's why exactly what I'm here to show you. So the next time you're out there doing those food deliveries or giving people rides, giving strangers rides in the back of your car, or that boss at that job is getting on your nerves, I want these words to echo in the back of your head. You deserve better. You deserve change. But change only comes when you put your foot down and finally say, enough is enough is enough. Legacy starts with a choice. Your choice. And today or tonight just might be the night or day that you make that choice. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to join our family by subscribing to this channel. And follow along with me. I want to get to know you as well as you get to know me. I do lives usually around this time, 5 days a week. And I take Sundays off, so and I'm here. So if you haven't gone to my website, click the link in the pinned chat right here, legacywithsteven.com, and let's connect. I would love to work with you. Staying stuck where you are is optional in 2025 and 2026 coming. All right. Well, I will see you guys around this time tomorrow. You all take care. You have a wonderful night.